Welcome to today's video. Each day there is something new and exciting happening in the golfing world. Here you'll find all the latest golfing news, from surprising birdie stunners to the latest defectors of the PGA Tour. Whether you're a casual golfer or a serious competitor, there's something here for you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Kicking us off, Star drops a monster 50-foot putt to win, erupts in $3 million golf stunner. An emotional Haotong Li completed a wire-to-wire victory at the BMW International Open, but it required a 50-foot birdie putt at the first playoff hole to secure his first win in more than 4 years. The 26-year-old, who missed 14 cuts last year, had led through all 3 days in Munich and was 5 strokes ahead after 5 holes of his final round, but he needed birdies at the 16th and 17th to take a one-shot advantage over Thomas Pieters down the last. When the Belgian birdied and Li's 11-footer to win lipped out, the pair headed back down the par 5 18th, where the Chinese twice flirted with the water on his way to the back of the green at the golf club München Eichenried, but he thinned his chip way past the flag, only to then hole the monster birdie putt back up the hill. And when Pieters' 7-foot attempt to extend the playoff slid past, Li collapsed to the floor in tears. 3 birdies in 5 holes had put Li in a commanding position, but he picked up only more shots in his next 10 holes as 4 bogeys brought the chasing pack, and particularly playing partner Pieters, into play. The former Ryder Cup player had 2 birdies and 2 bogeys in his first 6 holes, but then carded 5 more birdies, including a crucial one at the last to get level with Li at 22 under. Both finished 2 clear of New Zealander Ryan Fox, who was in the mix up until he failed to birdie any of his last 3 holes. Next, PGA Tour rocked by another big-name defector as Live Golf Series nabbed record-breaking American. The PGA Tour could once point to washed-up pros joining the Saudi-backed Rebel Live Golf Invitational. That pompous view is now increasingly shaky, with emerging star Matthew Wolff expected to be unveiled as the Live Golf Series' latest prized recruit, according to The Telegraph. He might have dropped to 75th in the world standings, but last year was ranked inside the top 20 and became the first male golfer to finish inside the top 5 in his first 2 majors in 132 years. What's more, Wolff is from California, and the sight of seeing one of the United States' own defecting at such a young age is one of the biggest reality checks dished up to the PGA Tour. He isn't the only young leaving either. Telegraph Sport also reports Spaniard Eugenio Chacarra will also walk. The 22-year-old was the world's second highest ranked amateur. Chacarra has decided the financial security provided by the Live Golf Series is too good to refuse. Chacarra is said to be joining the stable of GSE Worldwide, the agency who also oversees the careers of several Live players, including Sergio Garcia, Bryson DeChambeau, Louis Oosthuizen, Brandon Grace, and Wolff. Wolff joins the likes of fellow youngsters Brooks Koepka and DeChambeau, who were hoped to be the next generation of big-name players to drive the PGA Tour forward, defecting to the Live Golf Series. Others to have already joined are Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, and Paul Reed. The Live Golf Series will name its 48-man field for his first event on U.S. soil, taking place in Portland, Oregon this week. Moving on, PGA Tour star absolutely torches Live hypocrites over blatant lies. Billy Horschel is not happy with the apparent hypocrisy that has come with fellow pros committing to play in the Saudi Arabian-backed Live Golf Invitational Series. During a news conference ahead of the Scottish Open on Tuesday, Horschel said he believes those who support the DP World Tour or PGA Tour while playing the Live Tour are completely asinine. A seemingly fed-up Horschel, who celebrated a victory at the Memorial Tournament last month, went on to defend the PGA Tour and its treatment of players, and claimed a lot of pros participating in the Live Golf Series haven't been truthful. Horschel appeared to express issues specifically with pros that have joined Live Golf, but have continued to play on the DP World Tour or PGA Tour. They decided to go play on a tour, and they should go play that tour. They shouldn't be coming back over here to play the DP World Tour or the PGA Tour. The DP World Tour fined members last month who competed at the Saudi-backed league's inaugural event 100,000 euros, $105,000, and banned them from competing in 3 upcoming events that are co-sanctioned with the PGA: the Scottish Open, the Barbasol Championship, and the Barracuda Championship. Ian Poulter, Adrian Otegui, and Justin Harding all won a stay of their DP World suspension and will be playing the Scottish Open this week. Pros including Patrick Reed, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Sergio Garcia, and Phil Mickelson have been suspended by the PGA Tour for competing in Live Golf tournaments without obtaining a conflicting event release. England's Paul Casey, the ranked number 26 in the world, became the latest player to sign with Live Golf this week. In other similar news, mutinous stars set to finally drag golf's civil war into court battle. Golf's establishment will be finally dragged into into a court battle with its breakaway stars as members of the Saudi 16 reportedly seek an injunction to play this week's Scottish Open. 16 members of the Europe's DP World Tour were banned from the event, which will include 14 of the world's 15 top players, for competing in the Saudi-backed Live Golf Invitational Opener last month without permission. They were also banned from the Barbasol and Barracuda Championships and were fined 100,000 euros. The 16 players signed a letter last week sent to the DP World Tour asking to be reinstated and to have their fines rescinded, but the organization held firm, with Chief Keith Pelly calling the punishment fair and proportionate. Now the Telegraph reports that some of the group will fight the decision in court on Monday, BST, by seeking an emergency injunction. The publication understands that about half of the 16 submitted entries to play the Scottish Open, 11.75 million Australian dollars, which traditionally doubles as preparation for the major. It's unclear what players will take the drastic action, but among the group who will play the Open Championship next week are Ian Poulter and Louis Oosthuizen. Live Golf has previously said it will cover any fines and legal costs incurred by its members when fighting the PGA or DP World Tours over their playing rights. Next, golf villain's disgusting locker room rant leaked, and Live's big on-air blunder. Sergio Garcia has further drawn the ire of his DP World Tour colleagues in a spectacular locker room outburst after he was fined and banned from the Scottish Open. Garcia was among 16 DP World Tour members that were slapped with a 100,000 euro fine and banned from 3 events, having played in the Live Golf Opener in London last month. The Telegraph reports that Garcia was furious upon learning of the punishment and even took out his anger on fellow players while competing at the BMW International in Munich. Sergio flew off the handle, a player who wished to remain anonymous told the publication, shouting, "This tour is you're all should have taken the Saudi money." Scottish pro Bob McIntyre was there and was disgusted. McIntyre declined to comment on the publication. It's not the first time Garcia has had an ugly outburst in recent weeks. Just before joining Live Golf, he was handed a time penalty while looking for his ball on the PGA Tour and was heard on camera saying, "That is absolute." News of Garcia's rant came on the final day of the Live Golf event in Portland, where Brandon Grace took out the top 5.8 million Australian dollar prize over Carlos Ortiz in second and Dustin Johnson and Patrick Reed in third. Grace created clear space from his rivals with 3 holes to play when he spectacularly chipped in for birdie. Finally, Barty downs 150-kilogram NFL Goliath in incredible mismatch. If Ash Barty wanted to take the world on as a pro golfer, there would be very few people who would be able to bet against her making it a success. Barty has more than impressed in the Icon series, playing as the only woman among a field of 24 legends from US and international sports. Although the rest of the world were schooled by the USA stars, 21.5 points to 11.5, Barty more than held her own. Already down 10-5 after day 1, it got worse for the rest of the world as it was 13.5 to 7.5 after the first 4-ball. Barty and football star Harry Kane lost to LA Rams Super Bowl champion Andrew Whitworth and San Francisco 49ers place kicker Robbie Gould. But as the attention turned to singles, with a hint of victory still possible, Barty got the ROTW on the board, defeating Whitworth 1-up, and it delivered a comical mismatch as the 201-centimeter, 150-kilogram Whitworth towered over the 166-centimeter Aussie champion. After the round, Barty was as gracious as she always is. Barty is no slouch on the golf course, having added the Brookwater Golf and Country Club ladies competition in April to her Australian Open, Wimbledon, and French Open Grand Slam titles. She also plays off a handicap of 4. Before the event, she said she was looking forward to the challenge. Guys, that is all the time we had for today. Make sure to like and follow for more great golfing news. Till next time, cheers.